Good morning. My name is Dr. Tam Humbert, and I am the Chair and Program Director of the Occupational Therapy Program here at the college. On behalf of the faculty and staff, we welcome our graduates, the families, friends, significant others, all that have come to support our graduates and celebrate this wonderful achievement. I do have a few words, well, more than a few. Now, I have been to enough graduation ceremonies in my life, my own, and those of many student cohorts, to know that typically what happens at this point in the ceremony is that the speaker provides some inspirational talk, one that will take you into your careers and provide great wisdom for the future. The topic has to be so general in nature to be relatable to the majority in the audience. Well, I'm not going to do that this morning. I'm going to deviate this year. And I still hope it is inspirational, but I want it to be more than just general accolades and questions to ponder. I hope it is a bit more meaningful. This talk actually began to percolate in my head several weeks ago. So let me set the stage for you and your guests, remembering back to the OTGRS rehearsal reception. I stepped up to the mic to welcome the students, and I made a general statement that this was the most neurotic and anxious group of students that I have known for some time. So you remember that. You always had questions or were questioning things. At times, I didn't say it, but at times I just wanted to say, stop the questioning and just do it. In fairness, I also said at the reception that my initial impression of the group was based on interactions of only about a third of the group, for that's all I had in my teaching career up until the point of the graduate year. And I also said that while that was my initial impression, I was incredibly surprised and pleased at the extent of work that you produced this past year, particularly with the graduate scholarship projects. As the evening progressed, I heard faculty after faculty get up and say incredible things about who you were, not what you did. You were dedicated. You were hardworking. You were thoughtful. You rose to the challenges. You dealt with uncertainty and varying opinions. One faculty member even said you were the best group she had ever had the pleasure to work with in her career. Wow. And awe. Something shifted in my head that night, and I knew that I needed to pay more attention to the work that this group had accomplished. So I spent more time reading manuscripts and attending your OTGRS sessions, listening more openly to what it was that you actually did. For some of your groups, you were able to assist little ones to eat, to poop, and to pay attention to their bodies. All very wonderful things indeed. Now, if you were even a bit cynical, it would be easy to declare that these results were really small and particular in the big scope of life. But let me tell you that this is what therapy is all about. You will have those experiences that are grand and transformative, but the reality of day in and day out therapy is about recognizing and celebrating those little achievements that really do add up to significant life changes. They are the tipping points in therapy. Whether it is being able to sit for 2 more minutes than what you did yesterday, or to be able to bring a spoon to your mouth and feed yourself pudding, these little achievements are huge. So to those groups, I say well done and thank you for reminding us how important and significant these changes really are. Then there were other graduate groups that looked at very important issues related to intra-professional education, interprofessional education, and the discussion of how the education of biology needs to be further considered. What you have done for our program is to provide insights and ideas that will continue to fuel our conversation for years to come. I look forward to see how this dialogue will further shape our curriculum and understanding of how we teach. You have given us a real gift, and again, I thank you. There were graduate groups that helped us better understand health and wellness needs of students and shed light on how professional identity is actually developed through academic careers. These insights, I know, will pull us back again and again in questioning and reframing our own understanding of students' development in the current landscape of higher education. I thank you for helping us better understand and appreciate our current and future students. Additionally, there were several graduate groups that worked on projects that were started years ago, some even a decade ago. Your focus may have been pretty specific to this year's projects. We had groups continue to look at the development of a screening tool, the marketing of another assessment tool, as well as the ongoing needs of select client groups. You added depth and richness to past research and expanded our ideas and pushed us to consider new approaches in delivering therapy, services, and products. What we can all take from those experiences is the value of contributing one piece of something to the larger whole. For in therapy and in life, I believe, it usually takes a team over a period of time to produce incredible work. We need to celebrate all of those collective achievements, and we do recognize your vital contribution to this ongoing work. Thank you. So I pondered your work for some time and once again realized the significance of that work. So despite being neurotic or anxious, or maybe because you were neurotic and anxious, the work got done, and good work it was. But that was not enough. There was this nagging question that kept popping up in my head. Why had I been so quick to assess your state of anxiousness when you were also accomplishing other great things? You not only did incredible work this year, you did and have been doing incredible work all along. These are just some of the highlights. Many of you traveled abroad and completed service projects that would challenge most of us in this room. Some of you have published articles before graduating, and according to my memory, this has never been accomplished in the history of the department in 40 years. Yes. Some of you have been formally recognized as leaders in fieldwork, in clubs and service groups. Some of you contributed your time and knowledge to create a significant fieldwork resource for fellow students. So these two ideas did not fit. My thinking shifted one more time. The questions you were posing all along were not just about uncertainty, but also about challenging the status quo. You were not satisfied to take the easy way out. You were not satisfied to accept things that were not fair and just. You questioned what was the best. I must admit that I misperceived your questions, and for that I am truly sorry. This now is my advice. Continue to ask those questions. Continue to challenge the status quo even when others question your motives or label you as neurotic. And if I can offer some additional advice from one that has challenged the status quo most of her life, find those things that you are really passionate about. Focus on challenging what is most important and leave the rest go. Your life will become rich and full. So on behalf of the faculty and staff, again, we congratulate you on your achievements. Thank you. All right, so you guys stand and form the line and we can start.
An innovative measure comparing the BBC sensory scales and sensory profile to Dr. Nancy Carlson Stedman.
You can say Judy stepping in.
It's me. It's Judy Erickson instead of Nancy, just so they don't get confused.
It's Dr. Judy Erickson, my apologies. She's stepping in. Hannah Bacon. Laurie Conrad. Camilla Cady. The next project, Being Well, How Mindfulness is Perceived and Used by Occupational Therapy Students. Dr. Terry Reichley-Dennehy. Alexis Gensmer. Allison, sorry. Alexis Gross. Emma Johnson. The next project, The Effect of Exercise on Breast Cancer-Related Lymphedema, a Systematic Review and Meta-Analysis. And Dr. Dennehy is stepping in for Dr. Panchik.
That's okay.
Judy's back. Brooke Hillrigo. Tori Lauder. Erica Sutman. Project examining the perceptions of occupational therapy students regarding interprofessional education. Dr. Angela Salvadia. Charity Good. Lindsay Hockman. Jessica Schultz. Exploring the clinical reasoning of experienced occupational therapist, a metacognition approach. Dr. Tam Humbert. Danielle Barantini. Hannah Bowman. Catherine Wright. Exploring the influence of coloring on attachment, a pilot study. Christine Achenbach. Shelby Brown. Megan DeMichael. Alyssa Frankenfield. Victoria Pagano. A feasibility study of the use of occupation-based text messaging to provide health-based support for commercial drivers. Dr. Anne Marie Potter. Caitlin Mitchell. Samantha Tobone. Interception and Emotional Regulation Intervention, an Occupational Therapy Pilot Study, Dr. Carrie Hamble and Kelly Maitler. Carly Enzer. Mary Ludwig. Adelaide Stang. Interception Awareness Protocol to Improve Toileting in Children with Sensory Processing Disorder, Dr. Carrie Hamble. Jennifer Gallo. Megan Goss. Melissa Keene. Jennifer Newman. Interprofessional Collaboration in Occupational Therapy Academia, Exploring the OT/OTA Educational Practices, Dr. Terry Reichley-Dennehy and Taylor Browns first. Olivia Powers. Janelle Sauve. Living with a Congenital Heart Defect, Occupational Performance of Young Adults, Dr. Deborah Waltermeyer. Rachel Brubaker. Emily Reese. And Samantha Spearman. Occupational Performance in Males with Breast Cancer, Dr. Anne-Marie Potter. Brianne Bentz. Lindsay Crew. Stephanie Leiby. Professional Identity Formation, a qualitative study of students in an entry-level master's occupational therapy program, Dr. Tam Humbert. Rebecca Dearkin. Juana Dobrinsky. Kelly Kleindienst. Real-time motion capture technology development of a business. Okay. Dr. Terry Dennehy is stepping in for Dan Panchik. Brianna Nilsson. Brianna Vesuvia. And last but not least, taking the stress out of eating, an innovative occupational therapy intervention for mothers of children with autism. Dr. Carrie Campbell, Victoria Buetti. Samantha Fries. And Nicole Thompson.
To the families, to the siblings, to the grandparents, friends, neighbors, significant others, we thank you for all of your support over the years, and particularly this last graduate year, which tends to be pretty stressful. So we thank you for your support. We wish our graduates all of the very best in the future. Shall we stand and just give one more recognition of applause to our graduate students?